What is up, everybody? I'm so very excited to show you guys what we have figured out. I'm going to wait just a few minutes for people to trickle in. Let me make an announcement that we are live. Cool. Hello, hello. I'm so excited you guys came back. Patello, what's up? Honest, what's up? Shapla, hello. Lataro, hello. I'm going to be sharing a very powerful approach to building products today, and I'm calling them micro apps. So I am excited to dive right in. We'll wait one more minute and then we'll get started. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. All right. All right, everybody. So I appreciate you all being here, and give yourself a pat on the back for taking action and actually doing this. I will say most people are too afraid to show up or even start, and they always find a reason not to. So big props to all you guys. Even I am someone, after all of this time running different online businesses, putting myself out there on YouTube, and being an entrepreneur for like the last 7 years, even I still struggle with the fear of launching a new product. Will people like it? Will people, support me? Am I going to look dumb? Like, those thoughts are still here for me. And it's just really important to not listen to those and be really confident. And so, I mean, just shout out to everybody for going through yesterday, coming up with an idea, and now we get to build it out today. And so I think the biggest thing that I have seen from people who are starting out in online business is they're really worried that they can't fulfill or deliver on their offer. So let's just go ahead and go through how we're going to do that today, because you should not be worried about that, especially now with these tools. What I'm going to cover today, it's going to make you super confident in your ability to actually fulfill your transformation. And so today we're going to build your offer with something I'm calling micro apps. And we're going to go from I don't know, or we're going to go from I know what my offer is to I know exactly how to deliver it. So most people, like I said, may start an agency, they might start a digital product, and then they kind of have a good idea. They know what the transformation is, but they're really insecure that they're not going to be able to deliver enough value to justify whatever they're charging. Well, after today, you will not be worried about that, because I'm going to show you something really cool. So just a recap from yesterday. Remember, guys, we sell transformations. We do not sell features. We don't sell you this app that's going to help you with this tool. Or we don't sell this app that's a tool for YouTube. We don't sell a list of recipes. We sell a transformation. So just to recap, good transformations as of yesterday from the ideas list here is 5 meals your boyfriend will love, cook and sip live wine night cooking with your friends, 5 dinners in 30 minutes, the family dinner system. These are all clear transformations that add context and are hyper specific. So the 5 meals your boyfriend will love, learn to cook 5 simple, delicious dinners that make your boyfriend obsessed with you, recipes, prep lists, and live demos. So these are really important. This is what we all learned yesterday. If you have the $1,000 or 1,000 digital business ideas list, it's on the left side of your whop. If you want this list to get a little bit more clear in your transformations, you can go into the storefront app, and it's right there for purchase for anybody. It's only $9, but it'll really help you. Now, let's keep going through the presentation. So you have your transformation down. I'm assuming everybody did that practice. I saw everybody's offers inside of the community, which is really cool to see. So just to recap, your clear offer statement is I help who achieve result through method. So an example is I help business owners get 5 clients per month through YouTube content. And the goal is to be really specific. So as of yesterday, you understand transformations, you found a few ideas that fit you, and you wrote your first one-line offer. And now you have clarity, which is what most people get wrong. So as we move on, that means that now that you have a clear offer, there's these 4 different online business models that you can start. You could start a coach or a course, or you could start coaching people or sell a course. You could actually make a software tool. You could run a paid group or a community, or you can offer agency services. But honestly, this is actually the old way of thinking. Most people think they have to do one of these based off of their skills. If you don't know how to code, well, you can't sell a software. If you don't actually know how to do the skill, well, you can't actually provide it as an agency service. If you don't have any friends in this community, or if you don't have any friends in the space, how are you going to run a community? Well, I'm going to show you today how you can actually combine all four of these into one specific business model, even if you've never been experienced in these industries. So previously, like I said, there's four creator identities. There's the teacher, someone who shares expertise. There's the builder, someone who creates tools like software. There's the connector, someone who connects like-minded people, aka a paid group. And then there's the craftsman, delivering done-for-you services. Well, with AI, you can be all four at once. And so I want to show you guys this really cool concept called micro apps. So traditionally, you've only been able to do one of these four things, but I want to show you how the most modern people are running these businesses. And I want to actually just show you guys through examples. So instead of jumping ahead here, let me actually just show you what I mean and stop with all the theory. Let me share this screen instead. Oh, you don't see the slides. Oh no. Thank you for telling me. So sorry. Thank you. All right, well, we'll skip the slides for now, and we will go straight into the examples. So, all right, so here we go. Most people in the past, you have to understand that you are selling a transformation. And most people in the past only sold a transformation through a course or through a software tool or through a community or through actual agency services. Well, I'm going to show you how more modern people are selling transformations, combining all of these into one specific way of solving that transformation. So the best NBA 2K Cronus Zen script. So this is a script that allows people to play NBA 2K much more efficiently and get a perfect shot every time. And so the actual transformation that's happening is I help NBA 2K players shoot perfect three-pointers every time with Zen Cronus scripts, okay? This offer on whop is making $150,000 a month right now, and the kid making this is 17 years old. He does this through a YouTube channel called YEW, and he doesn't even show his face in these videos. So it's faceless, and he just teaches people how to shoot perfect shots in NBA 2K with a script. So it's a very clear outcome. If you play NBA 2K, you want to shoot perfect threes every time, this is what you do. You get his script. So this isn't a course. This isn't a digital product per se of like a community. It's actually just a script that he was able to build. So now let me show you actually what is delivered inside of his community. So as you can see, the main thing I want to show you guys here is not only does he sell you a script, so once you buy the product, you actually get to download it right here. You'll download the script and install it into your controller. But on top of that, he also has a course that teaches you how to set it up. So not only did he actually give you the software tool, he's also giving you a full course guide on how to set it up. And on top of that, he has a Discord community where all of his people can talk to each other and they can access support chats. So now he can sit here and talk to every single person that buys his community and joins his product. So he's not just selling a tool. He's not just selling a community. He's not just selling a course. He's selling all three of them right here. So you can download the tool right here. That is the software product that you're going to buy. You can go to the course to learn how to do everything you need to do. You can see a guide that walks you through different steps in the tutorial. You can see announcements we can communicate to you. And you can actually talk to him directly in an access support chat. So this is a really cool example of someone who is using micro apps to actually sell a transformation. Now, I want to give you a little bit better of an example, but I led with this one because it's really specific. He's going to help NBA 2K players shoot perfect threes every time with a Cronus Zen script. And then inside, not only do you download the tool, but you also have a tutorial on how to do it and a community of other people that you can talk to with guides and customer support all in one place. Now, let me show you this next one that is very, very interesting. So if we go over here, this is monetized. Before I move on, I actually want to check the chat. Is everyone following what's going on? Does anybody have any specific questions? Did I miss anything? Did I go through something too fast? Is everything clear on how he's not just selling a course, he's not just selling a community, he's not just selling a tool? Okay, great. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to tie this up much better in this example. So here we go. So this is Monetize. This is Iman Gadzhi. If you guys are familiar with him, he's one of the best info sellers in the world, but he's actually evolved his offer. So he's not just selling a course. He is selling a transformation. Build a profitable digital product with AI. So he teaches people how to build, launch, and sell a wildly successful digital product without technical skills, a massive audience, or showing their face. So this is the transformation he's promising you. You will build, launch, and sell a wildly successful digital product. So let me show you how his whop community is actually set up. So this community, I can tell you, he made over $10 million with this. And if we go in here, we can see that traditionally what you'd expect is you'd see announcements and then you'd see a course. And this is what most people think a digital product is. They think a digital product is a course with like a community aspect. But what people don't understand is he's actually selling full-on software tools inside. And so not only is he selling you this course that's teaching you how to sell digital products, but within the course, he's actually giving you the exact tools to sell to actually build your own digital products. And so when you join this group, you get the community, you get the course, plus you get Synthesis AI that will help you build your entire digital product. And so it's an AI tool within his community that builds the digital product for you. Then he has Ghostwriter OS, a full-blown software tool that helps you actually write out all of your sales copy, helps you come up with your offer, come up with your headline, come up with your sales copy, and write everything for you. Then he has an AI chat where you can actually talk to him to get direct feedback. And so if you're getting coaching from Iman, this AI chat has all of his information, all of his videos loaded into this, and so people can talk to him back and forth. So this is really interesting to see because he's using all of these different micro apps to help people get the transformation. And so now it no longer matters how you get people a transformation. If you are a coach or a content creator and you don't know how to code, it doesn't matter because all of these micro apps were built with AI. And that's what I want to show you guys to do today. So this is very, very cool because I need you to think yesterday you understood your transformation, who you are helping, do what with what method. And now we get to use any combination of micro apps, whether we know how to code or not, to help people achieve that transformation. So if you are someone that's going to help someone cook, you can actually make cooking recipes with AI today in a very, very streamlined way that is very valuable for people. So I really want to show you guys what this actually looks like in action so we can just actually start building something out and you guys can see this much more clearly, okay? So this is something that I do for my YouTube channel. I'm going to show a real example so you understand everything that I'm showing live, and it'll take just a few minutes. So I have a full-on YouTube course. If you are a business owner that wants to learn how to make YouTube content and get customers for your business, I have a course that teaches this. And specifically in this course, I have a section on titles and thumbnails, how to actually make thumbnails that convert and get people to click on your video to get you more views. So I have this course. But a tool that I always used before I post any video is this tool called Would You Click. And this tool, all I do is I upload a thumbnail. And I put in a title. And then now I can see this on a mock YouTube home feed to see if my thumbnail pops before I post. If I have a bad thumbnail, it's going to be really dark, and my eye is automatically going to be drawn to one of these thumbnails on the right. And so this is a tool that I teach inside of my course. But this costs $5 to $15 a month, depending on how much you're going to use it. And so now what's probably smarter is thanks to AI tools like Lovable, I can just build that exact tool to help my members get the transformation natively within the community. And so all I have to do is go to this tool called Lovable. And inside of Lovable, I'm going to say, build me a YouTube thumbnail testing tool that lets me test my thumbnail on a mock home feed and compare my thumbnail and title to my competitors like Alex Hermosi and Iman Gadzhi. Okay, and so Lovable is going to build this out. We're going to actually start building these apps together, but I do want to just show you one that I already have built so you can understand how simple it is. So this is the exact one that I had built out already. I did this in a single prompt. I'm just doing this to show and save you time. So I built a very similar tool. All I have to do is click to upload, add my screenshot right here, and then it will show up on the feed. Just like that, I can see my thumbnail on a feed against my competitors. So this was built in a single prompt just using Lovable. Now, if I actually want to get this inside of my whop community, let me show you how easy this is. I'm going to hit publish. I'm going to hit update. And update. I'm going to click this link right here. I'm going to copy this link. Now I'm going to go into my whop community. We're going to go into our dashboard. We're going to go down to the developer tab. And we're actually going to see this app section. We're going to hit create app. I'm going to call it YouTube thumbnail tester. Ooh. Create. Test thumbnails before you post. We'll add a quick description. And then all I have to do is copy that link right here into the hosting base URL. And I'm going to delete this experience path right here. And then I'm going to hit save. And over here on the bottom right, I'm going to hit install app. And I'm going to add it to the community that I was just in. And just like that, I have a full-blown software tool inside of my whop community that I built with no code, 100% with AI. And again, it functions perfectly. Right here inside my community. And this was done with a single prompt. Boom, just like that. So I didn't know how to code. I used a single prompt in Lovable, and now I built the exact same tool over here that I was already using on YouTube for myself, but now it's a bonus inside of my community to help people make better thumbnails. And so I could obviously keep refining this thumbnail system. Like I could easily add my actual competitors. I could say pull videos from Alex Hormozi. It has Iman Gadzhi. It has Alex Hormozi's name. All I would have to do is just prompt it and say, hey, make sure you're pulling actual thumbnails from their YouTube channels and link their YouTube channels. And I could build any single tool I wanted. Now, this is just a very fast example to show you how quickly you can start using these micro apps to sell the transformation inside of your community. So I'll stop here, but I actually want to start building these together. And I want to show you different examples of ones that I have built so you can start seeing all the different things you can do, because you can create digital products, guides, actual like full step-by-step breakdowns in any niche in the world. If you're a cook, you can actually create a recipe book that's really well designed. It's interactive. It feels like an actual software. It feels very, very high end instead of just having to make a Google Doc with all of your slides. So before I do that, I want to hear everybody's thoughts. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys see any ideas that you could possibly build? I would love to see, just put a 1 in chat if this gave you a new idea for something that you could sell. Okay, awesome. Cool, we got some 1s. Okay, so this should tell you that you are able to now sell a course, a community, a software tool, and actually do agency services all in one place. And so let me explain what I mean by this. So I'm going to stop my screen real quick. Okay, so if you are going to promise an outcome, if you are going to sell a transformation, the means in which you share that or help people achieve that outcome is much, much more flexible now. There is a million different ways to help someone achieve a transformation. And so you should be thinking critically on what are the different things that I could pair together to help that person achieve that transformation. So if I'm a YouTube thumbnail expert and I help business owners get 5 times more views with optimized thumbnails, I am actually going to, A, I could teach them, I can make a course on how to make thumbnails. B, I can make the tool to actually test thumbnails before you post. I'm a connector. I could build a community and foster a group of YouTubers that everyone gives feedback to. And then I could also actually do the work for them if they want to hire me to do their thumbnails. And I can do all of this inside of a single whop group, okay? So again, the actual group, the store, how you join a whop, you are promising a transformation. People don't care how you achieve that transformation or how you help them achieve that transformation. I am helping people get 5x more views with optimized thumbnails. And so when I'm trying to sell someone into my community or into my whop group, I don't need to tell them it's a course. I don't need to tell them it's a software tool. I don't need to tell them it's a community of like-minded people. And I don't need to tell them that I'll do it for them. I am only going to say, if you are a business owner and you want 5 times more views with optimized thumbnails, join my whop. And once they're inside, then I'll show them how to actually accomplish that with different micro apps. So let me show you how I'm going to do this inside of this YouTube community. So you already saw me build out this testing tool, which is just extra value to help people achieve their desired outcome. So now let me just show you how this would work for an agency service. Let me show you how this will work for the course and the community. So we're inside of this whop group. And as you can see, we have a full-on YouTube course in here. And we have an actual tool, a YouTube thumbnail tester that they can use. So not only do they now know how to make thumbnails, they also now can test it ahead of time. Well, let's say these people wanted to actually just pay me to make their thumbnail with them on a one-on-one call. Well, I can actually go to the whop App Store, and the whop App Store has all of these different pre-built micro apps. So not only can you build your own custom apps with Lovable, but there's all these different apps that you can add into your community to help people do that. And so for this one, I'm going to do a calendar booking app. And these people can now book a one-on-one call with me so we can work on a thumbnail together. And so I'm going to go here. I'm going to add availability. Live with me. We're going to make it 1 hour, and I'm going to charge $1,000, or let's just thumbnail. I'm going to charge $250 to do this. It'll be held in a Google Meet, and it'll be connected to my Google Calendar. I don't want to do that. I will do a manual link in the live streaming app. Cool. And I'll choose the days that they can do this with me. So now I can sell a software tool. I can sell my agency service. I can sell a community, and I can sell a course all in one place. And so the reason I am making this today is because I'm able to show you guys that these micro apps allow you to sell any sort of transformation and fulfill it any way you want, whether you know how to code or not, whether you know how to make a course or not, whether you are an expert or not. And so I think this is just really, really exciting to me as a creator, because I have been limited by my ability to create technical skill or technical software, or my ability to create a course, or my ability to get traffic and create a group of people based off of my knowledge. But now it's kind of unlocked for everybody. And a lot of people really haven't figured this out yet. This is actually the first group of people that's ever seeing this possibility right now. There's no other platform, there's no other place on the internet where you can do all of these things at once. And so one thing that I really like about Use Group here is that it's basically a software tool with a community support group with a course. So when I used to have my first software company, we had to make the software app that had to get listed on the App Store. We had to connect our payments to it. We had to run traffic to it. And then once people joined the app, we had to link them to a Discord community for support, to ask questions, to get help, whatever it was. Then if they needed to watch a course, we had to send them to YouTube. And so it was all these different tools. It was Stripe. It was actually building the app with a developer. It was Discord for community support. And it was disjointed. And you had no way to talk to your customers. And it was very, very difficult. It was just all over the place and hard to keep track of things. Now, for the first time ever, thanks to micro apps on whop, you can host your community, talk to your customers, get support. You can offer a course. You can build software. And you can actually sell your agency services by creating checkout links or booking a call with you directly in the community. So this is a much different way of thinking of starting a digital business, but I need you guys to really understand what the transformations are. And because if you sell a transformation, you can now fulfill that transformation in any different way. So I'm going to pause here for 1 second. This is my first time explaining this to everybody, so I want to make sure this makes sense to everybody. Is everyone following what the possibilities are now that you can sell software and these micro apps inside of a WhopP group? Just give me a 1 or give me some context in chat. If you're lost, put a 0. But if you feel lost, put a 0. All right, Shoplo, okay. All right, we're gonna go into an exercise. We're just gonna build a lovable app together so you guys can see how cool this could get. I wanna build one with a different example. But what if the app lives better via iOS than as a micro app? If you, cool. Okay, so the big difference here is if it's a software app, if you are a developer and the software app is better on the App Store alone, that is totally fine. But here's the catch. What most software people don't understand is that most people learn about your tool through content or through a course. Yeah, V0 works completely fine as well. But what most people think, what most software founders do wrong is they just sell a tool, they don't sell the outcome. And if it lives better on the App Store, that's completely fine. But a really good way to market a software product is through a course. And that course or that community teaches people how to achieve the outcome. Most people are not looking for a tool to make money. They want to learn how to make money through drop shipping. And then to accomplish that goal, aka that transformation, they need to use Shopify, they need to use Facebook ads, and they need to use whatever software tool they use to do that. And so what most people do is they try to market just a plain tool or a plain feature instead of helping people achieve that transformation. And so if we achieve the transformation and market the transformation, I will help you get 5 times more views on YouTube with good thumbnails. That's very specific. That's going to help every single YouTuber. They're going to buy the course or join the group to get that outcome. And then within my community, I am giving them all these different tools to achieve the actual transformation. And it's not just a course because I am also offering software tools to help them do it. And so I can create a thumbnail generator. Yes, and so you're combining. Okay, great. Shoplo, we will answer that. You're one question ahead of me is awesome. Yes, Hansel. It's exactly how to think about it. So like right here, this is where Yu's app lives, and you can download the script inside of his community. But he's marketing it as a group to get better at NBA 2K, to get perfect shots every single time. Iman's group is marketing how to sell digital products with AI, but it's giving you the actual live streams, the courses, the actual software and then a course on how to use the software, and then a chat if you're confused on the software. So you can actually talk to people and get actual customer support on how to use the tools. And so it's actually like a cohesive ecosystem that makes it a more sticky concept. And you're actually able to get people in the door because you're teaching them what they need to do. So Botello in here has the actual app where you can upsell products inside of your WhopP community. And so he could, not only does he have that app, but he could then make a WhopP community that's all about how to make 20% more revenue, how WhopP creators can make 20% more revenue upselling products within their community. And you can make a group that's all about upselling. And within that group, you're showing people how to use your app. And so if I go to the App Store and I see the storefront app, it's not abundantly clear how I can use this as a creator. Yes, it's pretty obvious. This is a pretty basic one, but you can make an entire group and system on how to actually sell people in your group or to use the actual storefront app, because the app just being installed inside of your community, that's one thing. But what are the systems? Well, you need to create an auto DM telling people to go to the storefront app. You need to send an automated email response. When you're on a live stream, you need to show them that they can do that. When someone joins the community, you need a welcome guide and you need to provide value up front. And then inside of your video, you need to call to action to the storefront app. And so actually showing people step by step the actual granular details of how to achieve the outcome is better than just having the app exist. Most people think that other people understand their product or how to use it. But in reality, most people are beginners or have never heard of this before or aren't nearly as deep in it as you are. And so if you actually had a WhopP group that was called WhopP creators increase their revenue 20% through seamless upsells, or how to upsell 20% more customers inside of your WhopP community. And then in that, it's like just 6 or 7 course modules that are faceless of you recording yourself, recording your screen saying, okay, I'm going to show you, you got someone in your free community. Now you want to upsell them into one of your paid tiers. Here's what you need to do. First, you need to install the storefront app on the WhopP app store. Now you're going to set this up, connect your apps. Now that you have that set up, now we need to let people know this exists. So we need to go to the support chats, and then we need to tell people in the support chat, how do you set up an automated DM? I'll just actually do this. Go to the support chat, choose the group you want to upsell, then send an automated DM saying, hey, welcome. Join my paid group by visiting the storefront app. And then link the app, right? So that is something that you could teach as a course module. The next thing could be how to make a welcome guide when someone joins saying, hey, you could buy this product here. When they go on a live stream, tell them, hey, promote your product by telling people where to buy it. And so that is very, very important to understand when you're starting to do this, because you need to make sure people are successful with your transformation. And so it's not just about making an app and hoping people figure it out. It's about actually making sure you're giving people all of the information they need to maximize their success and achieving the transformation. If you want to make money, all you need to understand is what transformation are you promising? Who are you promising it to? And then once they join your group, are they actually getting that transformation? So they'll give you a good case study. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is to A, figure out your transformation, B, make sure you're doing everything you can and providing the right order of micro apps to give them that transformation. And then once they go through the process and they're successful, do they give you a testimonial so you can continue to market that testimonial? So this is very dense, but I actually just want to go ahead and go through how to build a micro app because we're reaching the second half here. Are there any questions before we actually go into building the apps? Batello, was there anything unclear about how I would be thinking about this? I will get all into how to get customers and how to market this stuff, guys, on the last 2 days. But this is like foundationally, if we don't get this stuff right on how to get our transformation, like very, very specific and clear, and then how we actually use different tools to maximize people's success of the transformation, we're not going to make a lot of money. So we need to make sure we nail the offer, nail the transformation, and nail the actual store page and the messaging before we get into how to get customers. So is there any questions on how to think about these micro apps? Okay, I'm talking really fast. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just really start thinking. I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we'll go into actually building it. So again, WhopP has these pre-built apps, aka apps that people like Batello build. This is a way of making money for him as well, just building an app for the other creators to install in their community. But there's all of these different apps. And the main apps, what we call the primitive apps, are chat. So people inside of your community can talk to each other. The courses app, so if you want to help host a course with your face or without. Files, if you want to let people download PDFs, guides, ebooks, whatever. Announcements, so you can actually talk in the community, let people know what's going on with easy updates and email them. Live streaming, the app you're in right now, so you can talk to all of your people live on a live stream. Content rewards is an app where you can pay people for the views they generate. Forums is an app where you can make posts and everyone can comment underneath, just like you used to share your offer inside the community. So WhopP has these primitive apps that are really just for engagement. How do you communicate to people? How do you deliver value in an asynchronous way? So this is just the core primitive apps on WhopP. Now, there are absolutely hundreds of these, and they get really specific. Like there's a bounties app where you can basically pay people for completing a task. I could say, hey, anyone who uploads a picture of their WhopP community in here, I'll pay $5. And if they do it, it automatically sends the money. There's a lot of really cool primitive apps. So you can add these to engage and talk to people, but simultaneously, we can actually build custom apps inside of our community. And so I want to move over to the RuneScape example that I showed yesterday. So these micro apps run inside of WhopP, 100%. These are basically web apps, and they can exist inside WhopP or not. I'm going to use a technical language here, but basically, WhopP has authorization and payments built in. So you can build this app on your own website, but then also have it be a WhopP app inside of your WhopP, and your customers can access it either way. They can either access it through your WhopP community and use it directly inside of your community, or they can use it on the web and access it on your own website simultaneously. So it's not one or the other. One really nice thing about WhopP and building an app inside of a WhopP community is that it will be available on mobile and web, where if you are a developer right now and you have a product like whop.com, the website, we have to build a web version, we have to build an Android version, we have to build an iOS version, and then we have to build a mobile web version and a mobile Android version. So basically, if we build one feature, it has to be built 4 times by 4 different developers for each platform. Where if you build your software on whop inside of a whop, since whop already has a mobile app and a web app, your app will be available, your micro apps will be available on every single platform. And so you actually can do it, like you'd actually get like a mobile app built in, which is really cool, but that's kind of a technical thing for more advanced people. So I want to show you how there's people asking questions. To create an app, will I need to feed it with certain data or accuracy? It will be able to find all the data itself. It's pretty awesome. Okay, do you set different pricing for access to the community course and the one-on-one? How does that work once the user bought your initial offer? Okay, great. Let me actually show you that real quick. So last thing I'll show you is, as you can see, can you see the screen? Wrong. Nope. Okay. Cool. So as you can see in here, there's different apps. And when we create a product, we can go to our products. We're going to create product. You can scroll down and you choose the apps that you want to be included in this product. So these are all the apps in the community. I could say, okay, I want to make this free for these 4 apps. I want announcements, marketing inspiration, and marketing fundamentals to be free. So then all I would do is hit free, name this one free tier, app marketing 101, just the basics, okay? And then I have a link, whop.com/growthhackers/free tier. Now let's do the paid tier. And I just hit save and that'd be made. Now I can do a paid tier, advanced app marketing. Let's do one time. Let's do recurring actually. Let's make this $49 per month. I could do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And then I can choose every single app. So not only will I get these 4, but they'll also get every single app, including the software one I built. So this is how you do different paid tiers, just like that in a matter of seconds. You don't need to connect Stripe. You don't need to do any technical setup. It's just once the app is in the community, you make as many products as you want, select the app micro apps you want in the product, and then just choose your price. And then you have a custom link here for paid tier as well. And you can preview it on web and on mobile. So this is a very, very powerful way to actually create apps, create tiers, and charge. If you want to create one single app with Lovable and sell access to just that app, nothing else, you can definitely do that. So that is something that I really wanted to show you guys. I'm very excited to go into the depths of how to do this with micro apps on Lovable. So let's actually go ahead and start building your app. So everybody, I am going to put a link to Lovable in the chat for anyone who just wants to go here. So everyone click that link in the chat and we're going to start building apps together. I'll answer questions while we're prompting because it might take like a minute to do each prompt. But click the link in the chat, make a Lovable account real quick. I'll give everybody about a minute to do that. And then I'm going to use this RuneScape example. You can use any platform you want. You can use V0, you can use Cursor, you can use Lovable, whatever it is. Lovable is just my favorite because it's the most non-technical friendly. So I'm assuming some of you are non-technical. So if you're non-technical, use Lovable. If you are a developer, feel free to use Cursor. You can just go to the docs. You are going to understand the docs, but if you're non-technical or you want to build stuff really, really fast, use Lovable. Even if you are a developer, I mean, use Lovable just to build an MVP. It's really quick. So Bubble also works. You'll just have to build the whop app through the developer tab in your dashboard. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building our Lovable app. So I click that link. We are now back in Lovable. Here we go. Cool. So I actually want to build an app for this old school RuneScape community. So I showed this yesterday as the example, and I think this is really cool. So me and my friends are all really interested in this game called RuneScape. And it's a game where you have all these different skills and you go into the game and you can cut wood, you level up your character. And I'll just show you a little bit of this so you guys can get a gist for this. So my friend, he's in here. He's playing the game RuneScape on live stream, teaching people how to do stuff. So this is his character. He's at the bank right now. He has his inventory. He's walking people through the fastest way to level up and kill bosses in the game. And so he's telling everybody about the different items he uses, what he's preparing in his inventory before he goes into the raid, why he's using these items, why it's the most efficient way. So he's teaching people in this game that want to level up like him how to play. So he just went to the bank, got their items. Now he's about to fight a boss, okay? So this is one way how he uses the live streams micro app inside of the community. Now, this is a community for other players just like him to raid together. So these people come in here and they share their skills. And so he used one of these tools. And so people come in here, they say, here's my username. I am looking for people to raid with. Here are my skill levels so you know that I'm a serious person and we could win together. Okay, well, how did these people get this information? Well, we built a very simple skill calculator app for people to come in, and we tell them when you join this community is for people over level 100 to find players to raid with. Once they join the community, they go to the skill calculator, they type in their name, and then this uses the RuneScape API to pull in the player's stats. Cool, and just like this, he has all of his stats from the game. He'll just take a screenshot of this, and he'll put it in the chat saying, hey, I'm looking for people to raid with. And they say they're going to do the raid together. So this is really, really cool. This was all built with Lovable. I built this in about 2 hours total, this entire community. And I want to show you guys how to do the same. And so let's go to Lovable and let's actually start building apps. So think about your transformation and think about a tool that would be useful. So again, the transformation that's happening in the old school RuneScape community is I help level 100 plus RuneScape players find teammates to raid with. And so not only do we want to actually show the player stats, that's the first problem that people are going to have. So when they join a community, people want to see the other player's stats to make sure this person is good enough to raid with. And so they have to come in and they need to pull their stats. And then if the person doesn't have high enough stats, we have very clear guides on what they need to do. So let's say their stat is too low in attacking and he needs to get his attacking level up. Well, we'll go into the attacking section. We'll put our player's level here, and then he can view the attacking training guide. So he calculates his skill, and then we can view the guide. And this guide basically tells you if you're trying to get from level 30 to 99, you need to go through and do these tasks. Use Duradel for best Slayer task at 100 combat, cannon all multi-combat tasks, block bad tasks like Steel Dragon, train attack, Beth method for efficiency, train Slayer while making profit. So it gives them the exact step-by-step stuff they need to do and what gear they need to use. And this was generated with AI just using their actual APIs. So this is something that's really cool because this is basically a course. This is one thing I really want you guys to understand, that this software tool is no different than a video course, but the only reason creators don't make stuff like this is because they don't know how to code. Well, now with AI, they can build full-on guides like this in 10 minutes, and it's a full-on software interface. So in the past, if my friend wanted to create a group like this, he would have to make 10 hours of videos walking through this, or he would have to do painstaking hours making these guides. But we were able to generate this full guide in a single prompt for people with Lovable. And so again, this is why I want you guys to reframe your thinking. This is not selling a course. This is not selling community. This is not selling software. This is selling a transformation and then giving them all of the different micro apps that they need to accomplish that transformation. So let's go into Lovable and let's actually start building. What you decide to build, let's make sure everyone has a good idea for what they should build. Does anybody have an idea for what they are going to build in Lovable for their transformation? Just real quick, like I'm going to put, I built a YouTube thumbnail testing tool. I'm going to build a RuneScape skill calculator and training guide. Put in chat, does anyone have a tool idea that they're going to build? If you do not have an idea for a tool, put 0. If I see zeros, I will help you guys think of how to build these tools. An AI writer for LCO. It would help if I have that 1,000 business idea list. Okay. Nick, Christopher, Shapla, Daniel, please put in your offer statement, your transformation inside of the community. This is helpful. Thank you, guys. Okay, I will give you the framework on how to think about the tools to build. And it would help if I had that 1,000 business ideas tool list. Nice. Okay, I help young footballers aged 7 to 12 learn how to juggle in 30 days with personalized coaching. Daniel, is your coaching going to be let's just go ahead and put this statement to Lovable. I want to build a simple instructional app that helps young footballers age 7 to 12 learn how to juggle in 30 days with personalized coaching. The great thing about Lovable is it will come up with ideas for you. And if you just put something in this, it's going to help you do that. But let me see what you guys have. Put your offer statements. Nick, Christopher, please put your offer statements inside the chat. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, I guess the best thing to understand is something called the awareness levels in marketing. So they're problem aware, they're solution aware. They're problem aware. Let's say that people want to make money. They're problem aware. So if they have a problem, they know they need to solve that problem, but they don't have the solution. So if they have a problem, I need to make money. The solution would be, I'm going to teach you how to make money with micro apps. Okay. So now that you say, okay, I need to make money with micro apps. So you have that solution, a new problem arises. Now that I know that I need to make money with micro apps, what is the solution? What is the next thing you need? Is an idea. Okay, what micro app do I build? So then the next solution they need is a list of 1,000 micro app ideas. I don't have that, but that would be the example here. So once you have the ideas, okay, I got 1,000 ideas. Now I found my idea. Now I need to learn how to build micro apps. Okay, once I became aware of the new solution, I have a new problem. And so my new problem is, how do I build micro apps? Okay, now that I know that to build micro apps, I can use Lovable and whop. Okay, and I know how to build them. What is my next problem? Now I need to get customers for that. Okay, how do I get customers? Well, I need to build a store page. And so problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. And so if we are in RuneScape and we're making a group for 100 level players, when people join, how do we make sure they actually are level 100? We build a skill calculator so people can put in their username and see their skills. Okay, now that we know they have the right skill group, they are level 100, we see their skills, how do they meet teammates? Okay, let's add a chat. Now that they're talking to each other and they're deciding what raid to build, how do we know what raid they're going to do? Well, we're going to make a micro app on all the different raids and how to do them with all of the equipment lists they need. So, okay, now that we have a team, what raid are we going to do and what equipment do people need to buy? Well, we made an actual guide on how to build and how to accomplish raids. Does that make sense? Is everyone following this? Problem, solution, problem, solution. Every time you have a new solution, the next problem occurs. Cool. My idea, yes, awesome. And so again, we're just building micro apps that solve the next problem by giving them the new solution. And then once they have that solution, we know there's obviously going to be another problem. And so then we need to provide the next solution and the next solution. I help new moms put baby to sleep with a simple solution. That's awesome. Okay, the baby is crying. They are tired. It's late at night, but they won't fall asleep. Okay, solution, we need to give them a bottle of milk. And then, okay, while we give them the bottom of milk, but they aren't, I don't know, they aren't digesting. So we need to shake, or not shake, but we need to like rock the baby back and forth. So you'd come up with different guides, the best way to rock a baby, the best way to give your baby milk. And you would come up with all of these different micro apps for these micro solutions within your transformation. Here's an easy one. We help service businesses double referrals and reactivate their customer base through text message and call script campaigns. My idea from yesterday was to build a tracking Notion template for beginner investors, but I have no idea what app I would build for that. My idea for yesterday was to build a tracking Notion template for beginner investors. What are you tracking? Are you tracking their investments? Like their stock P&L? Nice. Yeah, so it would basically be like a P&L input trade. So log every trade, and so this would be better than a Notion template, right? Like, okay, so here is an amazing app that this just built for the football juggling one. It was frozen while I was in the community, sorry. Everybody see this? Oh God. Master football juggling. Join thousands of young footballers learning to juggle in just 30 days with personalized daily coaching. So you can track your progress. So every single day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, and day 11, day 12. You see how I didn't even come up with this idea? Like I did not say that we were going to do a daily tracking to-do list, but it came up with this. Not only that, I have no idea what juggling is. Like I know what it is, but I have no idea how to do it. So getting started, the drop. So day 1, it's just a quick lesson on how to drop the ball. So master dropping the ball and controlling it with your foot. Hold the ball in both hands at waist height. Drop it gently onto your dominant foot. Let the ball bounce once and catch it. Repeat 10 times on each foot. Pro tips, keep your eyes on the ball at all times. Start with a soft surface like grass and relax your ankle. Success checkpoints. Can ball drop consistently? Ball lands on foot. Let's mark this as complete. Great, that is complete. I've done that every single time. Now, I want to go to the next day. Boom. Today's goal, control the ball with a single touch. Draw the ball from the chest, same thing, same thing. Now we're going to the next day. Connect 2 touches before catching. And so it's just giving me the step-by-step, day-by-day instructions in a very simple way, and then it's tracking my progress. And so I want you guys to understand that most software businesses out there are just info products with code behind them. If you look at Quitter is someone I've had on my podcast. This is an app that helps you quit watching porn. And these are just 17-year-old kids. They didn't know anything about this. They just used AI to generate what is the best way, what are the best habits, what are the best things you can do to reduce your addiction to porn. And they built a nice interface over it with AI. And this app is making them almost $500,000 a month. So it's just a very clear transformation. Quit porn for life with Quitter. It is the #1 app for quitting porn with all the tools included to make the process easier. All this is just information that they pulled from ChatGPT with a nice UI. And now you can do that exact same thing with a mobile and web version using Lovable. So to me, this is like one of the most exciting things I have ever seen as a non-technical creator. And I hope you guys see the excitement and feel the same excitement for yourself, because you can just put in a transformation that you have and say, I want to build an app that helps people with this. So let's do Lovable is free to use, guys. So I'll put the link in the chat again if you want it, but let's go ahead and build another one real quick. Yes, this also works with Cursor as well. If you are a little more technical, definitely use Cursor, but I use this for Lovable. So I want you guys to understand that if you're a software developer, what you're lacking is this course, chat, community support side of things where you just walk people through how to use your tool to achieve the outcome. So if you want to learn dropshipping, you teach them how to do dropshipping, how to find a product, how to build your store page with Shopify, and then how to actually send emails with this tool. So you're not teaching them how to use your tool. You're teaching them how to make money drop shipping, and your tool is a part of that. So if you're a software person, that's how you need to think about it. If you're a non-technical person and you're a creator and you know how to make videos, how you should be thinking about it is you can just make really cool interfaces and guides with Lovable that's way more professional than just a Google Doc, or way more professional than just a course or whatever it is. So we're not selling courses. We're selling a transformation, and we're using micro apps to deliver that transformation. And no matter what you do, you can use Lovable to build this. So I really want you guys to understand that. But let's go back to the example. My idea is to build a tracking Notion template for beginner investors. Okay, so let's go back to Lovable. I have a tracking Notion template for beginner investors to help them track their P&L. I want to make this an app that lets them input their trades, their entry points, inputs their trade entry point, tracks live trades, and then lets them click exit and enter their exit point. This should track like a P&L and have a list of every trade. Build this app. The back end of the micro app you work on Lovable, and then whop handles all authorization and payments. All right, what are the other questions in chat? My idea from yesterday, I help busy creators multiply their reach by turning one video into multiple posts automatically, including captions, reels, tweets, and carousels. Nice. I help eco-conscious households sanitize trash and recycle bins through vetted local cleaners using water-efficient methods. Nice, Christopher, that is awesome. So that is like where you could pair a physical service, like a home service, with educational material ahead of time. So you can actually educate them. When they pay for your service, they join your community. You have your customer in your whop group. You can talk to them. You can give them tips to upkeep. And then anytime they want your services, they will continue to book your services through your community and pay through your whop checkout links. So that's really, really cool. And so now this is building the trading tool. And as you can see, look how specific it gets. Add new trades, active trades with simulated live P&L, exit trades with exit price. I want you guys to understand, I made this RuneScape skill calculator with the actual player stats, the in-game tutorials, and full guides within just 15 minutes. These full guides, they all click in and they link out. And then I made this Grand Exchange tracker in 2 prompts. And so this is like how you flip items in the game on a Grand Exchange where you can buy them for low and sell them for high. And it shows you the items that are flipping for the highest profit right now. I did all of this with one single prompt and then a second using the API. Okay, here we go. Ticker symbol. Here is the P&L tracker. Apple, position long, entry point 142, quantity 10,000 shares. Okay, great. We're at the trade. Fantastic. Exit. Exit price. I sold for $144.75. Is this actually Apple's price right now? It is not. So we could easily connect this to a stock market API. So this is something I want you guys to understand. If the data is not real, connect it to a free stock market API to get live data. Okay, so if you're doing something and you actually want it to show the real numbers, you just have to say, connect it to a free stock market API to get live data. And so for RuneScape, I said, find a free RuneScape API to pull this data from. And it found a free API, connected it automatically, and started displaying live data. All right, so we all have this. Start, yes, enable lovable cloud, enable cloud, and it will do that for us. All right, so now that we have this built, I want to see what everybody comes up with your lovable app. So the next steps today are going to be just going ahead and actually creating your whop and then adding this as a lovable app, or adding your lovable app to your whop. So just make a free whop group. I'll walk you through how to do that right after this. And then we are going to actually add your lovable app to your community. So everyone right now, just go to Lovable, prompt it once. Let's just build one app. Just prompt it one time, even if it's not perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and update it, publish it, and add it to our whop. And you can start editing it on Lovable, and it will start updating live inside of your community. But we're going to, right after this, so everyone just go to Lovable, make sure you've done this. One, just make a prompt, and we're going to get it inside of we're going to build a whop and get it inside of your group in the next 2 minutes. And then you guys can play around and then share your whop with me in the forum after the call once you're done and you want feedback on your app, okay? So we're building our whop app, our micro apps, and our whop communities today. Cool. Whenever Lovable asks you to enable this cloud, just say yes, built-in backend, add an LLM to your app, free to start. It's all good. Just keep saying allow and doing it, and then just keep talking in plain English. If you ever get an error in Lovable, just say, I got an error. Please fix it. Let me go to the... Oh my God, I'm lost. That's not a bad idea, Batella. A web demo allowing to talk to the phone agent, maybe? That's awesome. Yeah, like you could have your website that like explains it, and it's like start now or learn more. And when they click learn more, they join your whop community to actually test it out. And then talk to you because they probably have questions. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab here. I do not have an API key. So if you come into a situation where you need a paid API key, just go to the website, go up, it's no credit card, and copy your API key. So we'll just do this real quick. Oh, I don't want to show everything. Okay. Okay. All you have to do, if you're going to do this, let me see if we can get around it. Okay, cool. So we're just going to use a free public API. I'll save this technical problem solving, but here we go. So let's just go ahead and create our own whop and add our app so everyone does this, and you can link me your app and give me feedback. Okay, so if you're on whop, everybody go to whop. You go to Discover, hit the Discover tab. Let's make sure everybody can see my screen. Cool. We're going to create your first whop. So go to the Discover tab, hit Start Selling. Hit Start Selling. Let's create your business. Let's go ahead and just choose a paid group. What industry? We're going to do trading. So I'm going to use the trading example for this. United States. I'm going to enter my best name, Trading Tracker. This is the name of my business on whop. And then just like that, we've already created our whop. all you need to do is go to this top left button right here, open whop. And now you're inside your whop and you're ready to start adding micro apps. If you want to add pre-built ones, you just hit the App Store. But we're actually going to add this to our Lovable app. So we built the Lovable app. All we need to do is hit publish right here. And we'll hit publish. Great. And I just need to copy this link that they gave me. We're going to go back into our whop group. We're going to hit dashboard. We're going to scroll down to the developer tab on our dashboard. So hit developer. So I'm in the dashboard, hitting developer, and I'm going to hit create app right here. So create your first app. We're going to hit create app. We're going to name our app Trading P&L Tracker and hit create. We're going to give it a nice description because we want it to look professional. Track all your trades inside the community. Okay. Once we're in our app details here, it's the main tab. Just scroll down. We're going to go to hosting and we're going to paste our Lovable link right there. And then the last piece is delete the experience path except for the slash. So just delete that. And then we're going to have to save. Make sure you save or else it won't work. So save. And then there's a download button right here. Installation link to install your app. Just click install app and then choose the community you want to put it in. So the Trading Tracker community. And voila, our app is right here, live inside of our community. So that is magic, in my opinion. And so now you can create all these different tools, whether you're technical or not. You can use all these different micro apps if you're a developer, but you don't want to build chat, community support, forums hosting, all that good stuff. You can use the primitives in the App Store. If you're a non-technical person, now the world is your oyster and you can build apps that are extremely useful to your members to help them achieve their transformation. Cool. Did anybody have any further questions? Any questions in chat? I think this is extremely, extremely cool. I am very excited about it, and I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with. I want you guys to come up with your homework for today is to build your whop just like this and add your apps, okay? You should add some primitive apps, so add chats, add forums, add live streaming, add a calendar booking if you want to sell one-on-one, whatever. Build your app, build your whop, add 4 primitive apps, and then build one core custom app with Lovable and get that inside of your community. If you guys can do that by the end of the day, go inside of the 5-day launch challenge and go ahead and share a link to share your custom app with me. Make a free whop, embed your Lovable app, and invite and send me the whop link. Let me show you guys how to get your whop link real quick. Okay, so here you are. It's very simple. Just hit copy link inside of your whop. Copy that link and then paste that inside of the community in the forum called Share Your Offer. Let me just switch my screen so everyone's crystal clear on where to share that. Ooh, turn on my camera. What's up, guys? All right. Right here. Come into the community on the 5-day launch community. Go to Share Your Offer and share your offer statement. Or, oops, sorry. I will pin this now. We'll pin this instead. Share your custom app with me, make a free whop, embed your Lovable app, and send me the whop link. Again, your whop link will be right here. You can hit copy link and just share that right inside of this forum so people can actually join and I can check out your app. So if you guys can do that, add your primitive apps and then add your custom app that are built for your transformation. We will then start building your store page. So we're on the cusp of getting your first customer by the end of the week. You'll be making amazing progress. Have fun with this. This is like the coolest thing in the world to me as a non-technical creator. And I think that it's going to be really, really fun to just play around and build these different tools, these different micro apps that actually help people achieve the transformation that you're promising. So that is going to be it for today's training. Fantastic progress. I think hopefully this was more insightful. Can everybody give me a 1 in the chat if you at least feel like you are thinking of your product differently and you see more opportunity and you're excited about this? Just 1s in chats. Awesome. Okay. That is awesome. I am so excited. Okay, awesome. Yes, I hope you're mind blown because now Lovable can build full-on apps on a topic even if you don't know about it. You can say, hey, research Wikipedia. You are an expert at this topic. Learn everything you can and then make a structured 30-day checklist with the exact steps that you need to follow today. And then you're going to make a micro app that's how to get a 6-pack in 30 days. Even though you've never done it yourself before, you can just really refine and curate what you think is the best way to do it with the assistance of AI. So I think this is a new era. This is the first time you've been able to sell a chat, a course, a software, all in one place. And at the end of the day, if you just sell the transformation that's very specific, people will buy it, and you're going to have a very valuable community. Nobody else in the world knows that they can do this, and you guys are the first group. So please spend an hour or two building really cool apps in Lovable, get them inside of your whop, and then share them inside the Share Your Offer forum inside of this group right here on your screen. And I will check it out. I will use it. I will brainstorm. I'll spend a few hours and give you guys feedback tonight. So thank you all for showing up. Super proud of you all for coming to day 2 and sticking all the way through it. Honestly, you guys are making great progress. Most people don't start. You guys seem to be very serious. I'm very excited to be sharing this with you. This will be a really fun experiment. And I will see you all tomorrow, where we'll actually design your store page and we'll be that much closer to getting a full guide. Tyrone, I will share a link. Let me do that actually before I get off here. I'm going to share a link on how to connect your Lovable app to your whop right now, if you don't have it already. Cool. All right, there's a quick tutorial. This is 2 minutes on how to add a Lovable app to your whop community. I'm going to put that in an announcement right now. How to add a Lovable whop app to your whop. It is in an announcement forum now. Awesome. Well, fantastic. It was great seeing everybody. I will see you all tomorrow for day 3. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day and you enjoy building, get creative, and just have fun with it. I could not wait to see your apps. Please share them in the forums, and I will give you personal feedback. Thank you, guys.